Welcome to More Patients, More Impact, More Income, the podcast for real holistic medical practitioners who want to grow their high-impact, high-income practice without selling out. And now, here's your host, Chris Axelrad.
All right. So like I said in the first episode, the welcome episode, if you haven't listened to that, I strongly encourage you to go ahead and do that, just so that you know whether or not this thing is really for you or not. And I definitely lay out a lot of the foundation in there. But if you're listening to this, then I'm assuming that you want to increase your income without sacrificing your impact, without selling out your integrity and your authenticity, that you're serious about those things. And you don't want to just create a patient mill or mechanically run people in and out of your clinic, that you actually care about people and making a difference in their lives. Good. All right. That's good. Because if that's not the case, then what I'm about to share with you in this episode is going to make no sense whatsoever. See, there is something that almost nobody else teaches when it comes to generating the kind of success that you want as a holistic practitioner, where you are rooted in authenticity and a real desire to serve. And look, it turns out that the conventional thinking about marketing and running a successful holistic medical practice is totally backwards. And what I'm about to teach you is going to turn all of that on its head. So before we get into that, let me just ask you something, all right? Actually, I'm going to ask you three things. Do you sometimes find yourself asking yourself, is this really what I'm meant to be doing? Or are you asking, do I really have the right training to help people the way I want to help people? And another one that I hear a lot is, will I ever have the kind of success that, so-and-so has? Like you see other practitioners who seems like they got it all figured out, and you're just wondering, like, will I ever get there? Well, here's the thing. You're not alone. All right. You're not alone if you're thinking about this stuff. And here's why. The way 97% of people think about their practice is upside down or inside out, so to speak. Okay. The other thing is, I want to tell you right now, I had all those thoughts too. So if that's how you're feeling, I can relate to that. Here's the thing. This inside out way of thinking about our practice, it focuses on, we really think about that it's all about our tools, techniques, and titles. The 3 T's, tools, techniques, and titles. We think that people are interested in the service or the field, quote unquote, like naturopathy, acupuncture, functional medicine, etc. We think that's what people are interested in. And we think that our skill as a technician is how people judge us. Like our technology, our degrees, our certifications, that these are all the way that our market and our patients are judging us. And here's the thing. None of that stuff, none of it is what gets you to a place of massive success on your terms. None of it. Now, granted, we got to have degrees, because if we don't, we can't get a license. We've got to certify ourselves in certain things so that we can demonstrate our continuing education. And of course, I'm not saying don't do those things, but it's important to understand that those things are not what lead to success. There are many, many degreed, educated people who never, ever have a really amazing practice and never really have a huge impact on the front lines helping patients. Those people are mostly, although there are teachers in the schools that do have successful practices, but those people are mostly teachers and professors. Again, nothing against that. But again, I'm assuming if you're here, you want to be on the front lines helping patients. So we're going to talk about those things. Now, here's what gets you to the place where you're going to have the kind of impact and income that you want to have, helping a lot of people to realize and grow into that strong, vibrant, joyful person that they are, which to me, that's what holistic medicine is all about. We go beyond being fixers, and we are leaders and teachers and guides, and we facilitate the awakening of a deep healing intelligence within the bodies of our patients. And what's going to get you there to where you're doing that every single day on a large scale, having a blast and making money, is the degree to which you have clarity and certainty in who you are, your mission, your purpose, and how that translates into what you do, and most importantly, who you help. In other words, the more you are present right here, right now, with a clear mind, tuned into your own intuitive sense of direction, the faster you're going to get where you want as far as impact and income. It's a reverse proposition compared to what most people talk about, okay? You get more of what you want when you stop trying to get more of what you want. Let me say that again. You get more of what you want when you stop trying to get more of what you want. Why? Because you realize that what you are really seeking is right here, right now. What you seek is a connection with yourself. What you seek is a sense of purpose and joy in your work. And the cool thing about it is, it's the same thing we all seek. So we all seek a larger sense of joy and purpose and presence. And it's not just us as healers and practitioners. It's also our patients. The people who come help us. Our patients help us grow. But they come to us looking for help with their growth. And the thing is, and I'm about to go all holistic on you here, all right? But this is important. And you may already understand this, but it bears repeating. All disease, all dis-ease, lack of ease, being out or out of alignment with a state of ease, all illness is the result of being out of alignment with our own natural joy and purpose.
If you're ready to fill your practice and keep it full without the stress and overwhelm, then get instant access to your free autopilot patient attraction playbook now at www.highimpactpracticesystems.com/autopilot.
Your patient may come into your clinic with this very concrete concept of their problem, like maybe it's a physical pain or, like hip pain, knee pain, back pain, neck pain, frozen shoulder, whatever. It could be emotional pain, depression, anxiety, bipolar, panic attacks. Might be autoimmune disease or hormonal disorders. You name it, they're going to come in with this very concrete concept of what their problem is. But these are just terms for states of being that reflect turbulence and lack of clarity. Here's why. Because when our bodies and minds are clear, when they're clear, they naturally function at a very high level. Now look, I'm not talking about detoxing. I'm not talking about that. In fact, I'm just going to be straight up. I abhor detoxes. I just think detoxes are not the way to go about helping our patients, because I believe the body has an incredible ability to cleanse itself when we just stop doing the things that pile stress onto it, like not sleeping enough, not hydrating adequately, being continually worked up and full of drama and emotional tension, eating junk food, all these things. When we stop doing those things, our bodies will detox themselves very, very quickly. I've seen it over and over again in my clinic. I've had people come in who were having severe hormonal problems, had already been to a bunch of holistic practitioners who did all these hair tests for mercury and had done all this chelation and all this other stuff. And you know what? They weren't better. They weren't better. And they were given these detox protocols that, honestly, it would be hard for a prisoner to do that, in terms of the restrictions on the diet and the restrictions on everything. It's almost like they're set up to fail from the beginning. So the key is, what we want to do and what I help you do is to market yourself without all that complexity, to think about your practice and yourself with a more simple, clear concept. And we make this complicated stuff simple. And honestly, it's mostly about getting out of the way of what nature already knows how to do. This is how we help our patients heal, and this is how we grow in our practice and business. See, there's a signal coming from deep within you. It's an intuitive sense of exactly what you need to do to grow your practice, to serve your people, to accomplish and embody your mission. The key here is it is already there. It is already here within you. All the sages of all great healing traditions talked about simplification, contentment, kindness, gentleness, and they all talked about how disease is the result of excesses, excessive desire, excessive seeking of excitement, stimulation. Now, what I take this to mean is that all the agitation and turbulence we create for ourselves is what gets us out of sync, gets us into trouble, creates that dis-ease I was talking about, and really takes us away from that very natural wisdom and sense of direction that we already have within ourselves. So really the first step on this journey to being high impact and high income without losing your mind, without getting overwhelmed, without sacrificing your integrity is very, very simple. Calm down. Learn to generate a state of tranquility, calm, kindness, mercy, and inspiration at will. When you can do that, you are really going to fast track yourself to where you want to go. And it's not something you learn how to do overnight, but it's definitely something, listen to me very carefully now, it's something you already know how to do. It's more a matter of remembering it. So once you start to practice it a little bit, it starts to become easier and easier. And this is the most important thing. You've got to practice. This is something that has to be continual. It's something that has to be embedded within the habits and rituals and everything that you do every day. It has to be embedded in that so that you're continually on guard against all this turbulence and agitation. And you're breathing, exhaling into the moment and generating that calm. And it really is simple. It really is simple. The key is we want this to be complicated. We want this to have all of these steps and all these mechanics to it and all of this process and all of this glory and whatever. But this is something anybody can do, and you can do it too. And it is dead simple. Now, it takes commitment. It takes focus. But I assure you this, if you make the choice to stop looking everywhere else, just be present to this moment where you are right now with serenity and tranquility in your heart, the path forward will begin to reveal itself to you. And that's because it is already within you waiting to emerge. The way to do this is very, very simple. If you want to get a free meditation track, you can just visit the site that's mentioned here on the show and go download and get this free meditation track. It's called the Core Clarity Meditation. And it teaches you how to, honestly, just how to calm the fuck down. All right. And honestly, from that state of calm and clarity, you will begin to feel the shift towards becoming more of who you already are. And that's the key. It's already within you waiting to emerge. The high impact, high income healer that you desire to be is not out there. It's in here. I would highly recommend that you go pick up this meditation track. It's free. It just will help you a lot. It's my gift to you for being a listener. Until next time, stay calm, stay kind, and keep it real. I'm out.
This is the podcastfactory.com.